In 1927, Charles Lindbergh was a god, the greatest hero America had ever known. But 5 years later, when his 20-month-old baby vanished from this crib, the nation fell apart. The kidnapping wasn't just a tragedy. It was the ultimate realization that if America's perfect family wasn't safe, no one was. Tonight, we don't just tell the story of the tragedy. We dissect the crime of the century and reveal how this single case of a missing child forced police and forensic experts to drag law enforcement into the modern era. The police arrived and they found chaos. Horse tracks, footprints, media frenzy. Everything was contaminated. But 2 pieces of evidence remained untouched, and they would ultimately solve the crime. Outside the window was a homemade, crude wooden ladder. The police looked for fingerprints. The forensic scientists, led by Arthur Kohler, looked at the wood grain. They traced the specific planer marks back to one lumberyard in the Bronx, and then one man's tool shed. This was the birth of physical evidence tracing. The ransom notes were a mess of poor grammar and symbols, but handwriting analysts treated them like DNA. They mapped every pen stroke, every mistake, creating a psychological profile of the writer, the other half of the forensic puzzle. The $50,000 ransom was paid in specific recorded gold certificates. For 2 years, nothing. Then, a mundane transaction at a New York gas station. A gold certificate. The attendant wrote down the license plate. The police tracked the car to Bruno Richard Hauptmann. The scientific evidence was overwhelming. Hauptmann's handwriting was an almost perfect match. More damning, floorboards from his own attic perfectly matched the wood used to build the infamous ladder. The forensics didn't just point to him. They identified him. The trial of Bruno Hauptmann was a global spectacle, but its legacy is what truly matters to the history of criminology. This case led directly to 2 major changes. The Lindbergh Law, 1932, making kidnapping a federal crime, finally allowing the FBI to step in and coordinate state lines, ending the localized, ineffective policing we saw at the start. The rise of the expert witness. The use of Kohler's wood grain analysis and handwriting experts established the precedent for using specialized scientific testimony in court, setting the stage for DNA and ballistics that followed. The Lindbergh kidnapping was tragic, but it forced America to recognize that crime was going modern and policing had to follow. It was the birth of American forensics.